Hey YouTube, it's Mitch at iPhone Captain. Today we're going to be taking a look at the iPhone 5S and the new HTC One M8. And I want to thank my nephew Nick for loaning me this iPhone 5S. I had several viewers wanting to see this comparison, so we'll go ahead and get started. This is my iPhone 5 here, of course, so we'll go ahead and get it out of the way. Here are the two stars of the show right now. And as you can see here, the new M8 sports a new aluminum unibody, something just along the same principles as the iPhone 5S does, of course, although they are a great deal of difference, being one very evident is size. And as you can see right here, the iPhone 5S is a great deal smaller than the HTC One M8. And there they are stacked on top. You can see that the M8 is quite a bit larger, and actually it's even I would say about the same thickness right in the center, but it sort of has a rounded edge. And you know, you all have probably been around the rocker volumes and all that stuff, but we'll do a quick overall here in this comparison. Of course, on the 5S you got your power button up here on sleep, you got your home, here's your volume controls as well as the silence, and over here is your SIM card if you have a SIM card phone. Now looking at the M8, things look a little bit different. Here's your volume rockers on this side of the phone. They are on the opposite side compared to the 5S. However, the power button is in the same location. And on this side you have your SIM card, and also over here you have an additional storage space if you want to add an SD card in here, of course. And you don't have the home button, the back button, and all that are on the screen of the HTC One. There's no buttons you can see when I turn when I put it to sleep. You can see those buttons, they go away. But one of the best things I like about this phone is just double tap and it wakes it up. And you know, that's something Apple really needs to take a look at. Being an Apple user since 2007 that they were released, I can tell you right now that that would be a feature I would love to see. Now, one feature that the HTC One just completely rules the market in is sound. It's got what's referred to as boom sound, but I'm going to play just a little brief segment of a song here just so you can hear the difference just in the levels. Now that is as loud, that's wide open. That's as loud as it plays, and that song is really probably not the most appropriate one. And we come over to the HTC One now. And you see you got the visualizer there that you can see the lyrics, or you can see the artwork. And we'll turn that off so YouTube don't get us in trouble. But overall, guys, the sound quality of this phone right here, they own the market right now until something else is released. They're definitely going to have it. And you can see on the back that's got the dual cameras here, 4 megapixel cameras. You got the 5 megapixel front facing camera, and with the rear camera here, I'll include some photos here on the screen so you can see some snapshots and maybe some video as well of the camera. You can do so much with the software that's built into this camera. You can edit the photos in a way that you just not going to believe. I'm going to open the camera app, and here's a picture I took just messing around of my puppy. Now, if we go into edit mode, you're going to notice a great deal of things that come up on the screen. You got all these different effects you can add, and you got what's called U-focus. That's where you can change the focus of this picture, but you saw that little pop-up that said it's unavailable for this photograph, and that's something I've been having a lot of problems with But moving on, you can't use any of these up here on the top because whenever you can't use one of them, they're all unavailable. But you can still add filters and do all the frames and crop and do all that kind of stuff for Instagram, and you can share it straight into that. And you can discard or you can share, like I said. It's just a cool way to share your photos socially. Does a great job. So overall, guys, this phone here, let me give you some of the statistics or specs, I should say. The HTC One has a 5-inch screen, 1920 by 1080 with 441 ppi. The iPhone 5S has a 4-inch screen, 1136 by 640 with a 326 ppi. Alright, here's the processors. The HTC One has a 2.3 quad-core Qualcomm Snapdragon, and the iPhone 5S has a proprietary A7 64-bit with M7 motion processor. And the rear camera on the HTC One has a 4 megapixel ultra pixel with 1080p capability dual cameras. The iPhone 5 has 8 megapixel 1080p capability as well. The iPhone 5S wins that hands down. Now, capacity wise, the HTC One, you can add up to 128 gigabytes, but it comes in 16 and 32 gigs, and the iPhone 5S comes in 16, 32, and 64 gigs, but you can't add any storage to those. And also the HTC One has NFC capability. The iPhone 5S does not. One thing I forgot to show you, on top here you have an hour blaster. You can actually control your TV box with that, and it works quite well. I've already used it and tried it out. The HTC One is a 4G LTE, and the iPhone 5S is not. So the extra things you get here on this, the HTC One M8, you got what's called blink feed, and if you swipe when you first come into the home screen, if you swipe to the left, you can get a highlight of all your social stuff right here, Twitter and that kind of thing. Pretty awesome little addition, however, not a deal breaker. And the iPhone 5S has a Touch ID scanner. And one more thing before we go, I want to show you here. To me, I think Google Voice or Google Now works a lot better than Siri, and I'm going to show you why. Watch this right here.
Here's the weather between
it's 70 degrees and mostly cloudy in Manchester.
Okay. Personally, I like the visual part of what the M8 shows better. Let's do it one more time. What's the weather in Las Vegas?
It's 53 degrees and partly cloudy in Las Vegas.
Now,
the weather for Las Vegas.
as you can see, Google Now is a lot faster too. What time is it in France?
It's 65 degrees and clear in Paris.
PM.
So as you can see, you know, it's doing a pretty good job overall. It's picking up exactly what I say right here. It's no problem at all. And actually Siri's been spot on, where in the past it hasn't done so good about checking, you know. Let's give it something a little bit more difficult. What is 6 times 5?
The answer is 30.
Let me think. The answer is 30.
Okay, there again, does a pretty awesome job, guys. So there's a pretty thorough overview of some of the highlights of the main features that I would say on the M8 and the iPhone 5S. If you want to see some more about the camera, a camera test or something like that, hit that thumbs up button. Let me know what you want to do. Let's see if we can get 1,000 likes on this video, and we'll add some more HTC One content to the channel. That lets me know you want to see it. If you're not a subscriber, guys, we'd love to have you here. Let me know in the comments what you want to see on the HTC One. Share it on Facebook and Twitter. Keep coming back.